for our family unit here, like, yeah, running's a big deal, and we're kind of bringing as many people that want to be involved in it too. So that's been really special to see.
Rise together through their strife.
Welcome back to Through Their Stride, a Texas-born podcast sharing the stories of runners from here at home and far beyond. I'm your host, Sam Sutton, and today I'm joined by Taylor and Tate Mauldin. Taylor originally found running just to focus on her health. It was a way to show up for herself one step at a time. Her husband, Tate, joined her a little reluctantly at first. It was actually late in a marathon that she was doing in Paris, Texas, but it didn't take long for him to fall in love with the sport. What started out as a completely solo journey quickly became a shared one, and just recently, they crossed the finish line of the Irving Frost Marathon after weeks filled with sickness, an injury, she got bit by a dog, bad timing, and plenty of reasons to quit. But you know what? They didn't. And that's what this story is about. Perseverance, partnership, and what happens when running becomes something that you take on together. Super excited to share this one with you. If you like it, please give this podcast a review. Please subscribe or follow this podcast wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen. If you want to watch the video version of this podcast, it is on my YouTube channel, Sam Runs TX at YouTube. And without further ado, let's get into it. Well, cool. Well, welcome to Through Their Stride. I'm joined by my first couple on Through Their Stride. It's Tate and Taylor Mauldin. So thank y'all so much for joining me.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you guys are both runners, and I knew a lot about your journey just kind of following you on Instagram and Strava, and but do you want to kind of introduce yourself to the listeners and kind of talk about how you found running?
Yeah, it's a funny story. I got into running to really lose weight. I was a lot heavier right after college, well, and through college too. When I first got my full-time job outside of college, I was sitting at a desk all day doing admin work, paperwork, and I just noticed, like, this is not good long-term, sitting the 9 to 5 kind of life. So I ended up starting walking every day. I lost a little bit of weight, but it was, it really got, when we got engaged is when I was like, okay, I want to get in more shape, think about my future. So I started kind of jogging a little bit here and there, mostly again to lose weight, look good for your wedding kind of thing. So I did, and then as we were talking about earlier, I work in real estate. While I'm in this like weight loss journey kind of thing, I went through a house and had like a wall of finisher medals.
Oh,
and I thought, oh, I want one. Like that can't be too hard. Like I'm doing like 3-4 miles a day walking and jogging. Like, that's sure, I want one of those. And so I signed up for a marathon. I didn't know anything about marathons. Like, don't judge me. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. I knew the distance, but I didn't know what that meant.
yeah.
So I did it. It was like the worst experience ever. So when I did that, he was like, "Oh my gosh, what did you get yourself into? I might as well help you and join you." And that's what kickstarted it for him. So I don't know. It just naturally came about.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then Tate, being with her, I mean, you've been with her, like you said, since 2013, and being with her and kind of seeing her go through this process, going through the process of training for a marathon, what did that do for you? And obviously you've gotten into running now, but talk a little bit about how that process was for you.
So originally I was very reluctant. She always wanted me, come go on a walk with me, come run with me. And I said, no, I hate running.
He said, absolutely not.
I will never run. I hate it.
We got into fights about it. He literally was like, stop asking me. I'm not doing that. That's not fun.
But anyways, during her first marathon, I ended up kind of walking and dragging her through the last 10 miles or so. And when we finished, I was like, if I'm going to have to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and start training with you too.
It was a not okay. So picture this. Okay. It was the Paris Pear, which is back home in Paris, Texas, and it's a very low-key race, not a whole lot of runners. Well, it's called the Paris Pear because there's morning races and then there's night races. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do the night race because I've been training at night, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, again, not knowing anything, night running's different, especially when it was more of a trail race. And it was, when did it start? 6 p.m.?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. and the cutoff was 2 a.m. And I literally, we walked in that finish line at like 1:55.
5 minutes to spare.
It took me 8 hours, basically.
Oh,
so that I walked pretty much all of it because I didn't really train. The furthest I had trained for it was like a 10K. I was like, I can do a fourth of a marathon. I can do the whole thing. Again, I didn't know anything. I was too stubborn to not do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I went in my first marathon, me and my friend and I, we kind of loosely trained. Like we did the long runs on the weekends, but we would do maybe like a run a week besides that, and maybe two if we felt good. But like, just we didn't know anything about fueling. We didn't know anything about like, how to pace something like this. And I ended up hitting the wall at like mile 17 and just ended up walking it in the last like 2 miles. I finished at like 6 hours and 50 something. And at the first time I was like, I'm never doing that again. But obviously here we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I kept going after that because that was the worst experience of my life. I was in so much pain. And then, I don't know, we just started doing it. And that was a September race. And then we did the turkey trot after that. I think that was 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was our first, like, not training. I don't know. That was just our first run together was a turkey trot. And then it just went from there.
That's awesome. And yeah, so after that marathon, for both of you, kind of what was the thought like? Was it the thought of like, I'm never doing it again? Or did you kind of have to feel like you kind of had to have a redemption arc?
For me, I truly love being outside, getting sweaty, being dirty, hiking, camping. Like, we're really into that. So it just felt natural to keep going. It's like, okay, I know I can finish. Like, I got the really scary thing, like the big question. When you do your first race, you're like, am I going to finish? Am I going to get a DNF? Like, what's going to happen? It's like you get all that out of the way. It's like, yeah, why not keep going? And then I always joke with people. It's like, well, I've kind of built up this skill that not a lot of people have, because even if I only ran a small portion of that first one, like that's still a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of people still can't run any. It's like, well, okay, I've done this. Like, well, I might as well keep trying because I've already done so much. So I don't know. To me, it felt natural. Him joining in was the surprising thing because he was so against it.
Yeah. So why were you against it? And kind of like what changed your mind?
I think I was against it because in high school, they use running as a punishment. So like, oh, you're not doing something right in athletics, go run a mile. And it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. So then getting older, it's like, why would I choose to go do something that was a punishment when I was younger?
Yeah.
But no, ask him how good he's gotten. This is the crazy thing. This man started running the very end of 2023. Okay, so it hasn't even been 3 full years. He didn't want to do it. But now, like, tell them how good you've done.
Like, in what particular?
He was, what's your best marathon time?
3:26.
3:26. So he's like, his next goal is to break the 3 hour mark. Like, he wants to Boston qualify. Like, now he's like, I gotta travel the world majors. I can do it. And he can. I mean, shoot, to do that well, not even full 3 years into it, like, he can definitely. He's won races. I mean, trail races too.
Awesome.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. Did you have kind of a relationship with sports growing up? Did you play any sports, and what do you think kind of led to you kind of taking
The only thing I did in high school, I ran track for 2 years, sprints, so 100 meter, 200 meter. That was, I liked that distance. Anything more than that, I didn't like. Other than that, no other sports growing up, just that.
Yeah. That's incredible that you've been able to take it on so well, I'm trying to break the sub 3 hour mark. Like 3:24 is way better than I've even done. I think 3:50 is my PR. So I mean that's awesome. So for you, I mean, like, what does training kind of look like for you, and how do you what do you accredit your speed to?
The speed, I don't know. Like she said, when I first started running with her after that, walking that last 10 miles, the first time we went out to run, I made it a quarter mile and I was completely winded, completely gassed. Like, oh, this sucks. And then, by the time we did that first 5K, I think I finished in 26 minutes. And even then she was like, well, that's, a lot faster than average. And I was like, it felt comfortable. And then from there, I've just taken it further.
Yeah.
He does push himself pretty hard, I would say, and I think it helps. We have a pretty good routine because I was already in the routine of working out at night. I'd get off work. I'd go typically to Sykes Lake, which in Wichita Falls, it's a 1.1 mile track. So after I'd get off, I started off walking and then getting into the running, and I'd go there after work every day. And so I think it helped that I was already in the routine of working out basically every day. Saturday and Sunday was always a little bit up in the air, but I think that helped him. And I'm slow. I've gotten a little bit faster, but like my best marathon time is like 5:45. My best 5K, which was actually just the recent turkey trot, was like right under 30 minutes. It's 29:50 or something. Like, I'm not a super fast runner. I just do it for the fun of it, for the, being outside, moving, that sort of thing. So I think it helped him initially just joining me, because I was gonna go either way. I was gonna do it either way. And then from there, once he realized like he kind of had a inclination to it, like a knack for it, I think that kind of gave him the encouragement to, okay, let's push further, let's push faster. And now he's doing that with distance hardcore right now. So you still do a lot of speed workout, but right now it's kind of like adding more and more distance.
Yeah.
Trying to just get the weekly mileage up.
Yeah. Where are you at right now, weekly mileage wise?
Minus this past week because we both got sick earlier in the week, so we've been down for basically since Tuesday for me.
And I got bit by a dog.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Before that, I was at about 60 miles per week average. I'm hoping to kind of quickly jump back up to that, but it's going to take a week or two. I don't want to go from, 20 miles all the way up to 60 next week. So it might take me a couple weeks to get back up to that.
But we do have a marathon on Sunday. So we both been sick. We're doing the Irving Frost.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be a little bit rough. The last couple weeks have not gone to plan.
Dang, like I would I would probably like just bow out, but y'all are still doing it. That's incredible.
Well, okay, so going back to like our running history, the Irving Frost it was 23, wasn't it? The Irving Frost, that was a 10K. So we did the 5K turkey trot in November, and then in December we did the 10K at Irving Frost, and that was our first like big race, that we pay for and you get shoes for.
Yeah.
So that was that 23?
It was 23.
That was 23. And then in 24, we went back and did the half marathon. And so now it's 25, we're going back and doing the full. So we're kind of like, because it's starting to like mean a little bit, like, oh, that was our first like big race. And then doing the half, and it's like, okay, let's just do a full. Let's complete it. Let's complete it.
That's awesome. So it's kind of become like a family tradition race for y'all.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the weather's supposed to be nice, even if we don't feel the best. It's supposed to be good weather.
Yeah. I've done the Irving, they do one for like the Cinco de Mayo weekend. And I did that one. I did the half marathon on that one. Is it the same course for all the Irving races? Do you know, or?
I want to say the Cinco de Mayo one is one of the only ones that they change up a little bit, because they take you more through a little bit of downtown of that area. All the other ones take pretty much the exact same course.
Gotcha.
We did that half this year. We've done the Oktoberfest half once. Have we done any more? I really like the Irving series.
Yeah.
We do it whenever we can.
Yeah.
So we've actually done it quite a bit, but it's fun. It's a great race, and it's so close, and it's like not too big, not too small. I love it.
Yeah.
I do.
I did. I liked the course and the atmosphere there, but I did it with my wife and then two of our friends back in 2023. The only thing is that when you do it in May, in racing in May in Texas, it's like you're getting a little late on the calendar there. So it was pretty hot that day, but
it was hot this year too. That was one of the ones I ended up walking most of. I know my limits, like
yeah, well,
and it takes me longer, so it got hot. This year was a weird year. They started late. There was this like drone flying around, and they went on shutdown mode, so they didn't start the race for like 10-15 minutes because there was a unidentified drone flying around, and then it was very hot that day, and so someone actually ended up passing away. It was a young, what was he, 22, 23? He was a young guy. He was like right before the finish line. It was really sad. This year was a crazy year for that race.
dang, that's awful.
I think he was a college football player.
I think so.
Around there.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah. I feel like that's kind of like been happening a couple with some other football players I've seen. That's crazy.
I've seen a lot of those headlines here lately.
Yeah.
I think my theory on that is running's kind of become a trend. Like if you get on TikTok and stuff now, like there's a lot of running content. Like it's I mean, maybe it's my side of TikTok. I don't know. It might be the general public too, but it's kind of like a trend. And so I think that is bringing in people and like me, I didn't know anything when I signed up for a marathon. I had no business doing it, but thankfully it was a trail race, so it's very low key. No one cares about your time. Like walk as much as you want.
Yeah.
If that happened to be a road race and in the middle of the day, I could have been worse off too. I don't know.
It is interesting because I mean, like you said, it is such a trend these days. Like you see so many people running who like I'll see people that I follow and I'm like, they'll start running and I'm like, man, I've been following you since like 2015. You were not a runner like way back then. And it's it's like a positive thing because it's getting people out and getting people fit. But on the flip side, like if your body's not ready to take it on, like it can be problematic.
Yeah, because did you see in like the Waco Ironman in October, someone passed on the swim part, and there's been other races too. I've noticed that.
Yeah, there was one in CIM at the California International. Someone had passed.
Really, that just happened too, did?
Yeah, like last weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
But
sad.
let's get back to something happier. So, what I also wanted to ask, you guys you're like a running couple. You're pushing yourself and kind of pushing each other to keep doing these hard things. In a relationship, do you feel like that's been like kind of strengthening y'all's bond to kind of keep this like as a family tradition to keep getting stronger and faster together?
Actually, no, it had devised. We are no. Yeah, it has. Yeah, I'm just joking around, but yeah, I think having like a big shared hobby that number one is very time consuming. You travel all the time for, and we've gotten into the runners club here in Wichita Falls, so now it's like we have a group of friends and supporters, and if I'm not there, it's where's Taylor. If he's not there, it's where's Tate. That kind of like draws us in together. So yeah, I think it's really kind of strengthened um just how we spend our time together, and it feels like very productive, and it's like always working towards a goal together. um yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. What do you think?
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I mean, like my wife and I, we did actually one of the first things that we did together was train for a half marathon. And she had run a little bit, kind of like 3 or 4 or 5 miles here and there. But and we met, and she was like, "So what do you do for fun?" And I'm like, "Oh, I like to run." And I was kind of like, I wasn't as serious at the time as I am now, but we I had run some half marathons, and I was like, "Have you ever done a half marathon?" And she was like, "No, but most I've done is about 5 miles." And I was like, "Well, if you can run 5 miles, you can run a half marathon."
Sounds like me.
Yeah, and
You can
so
do it.
yeah, exactly. So we trained, and again knew nothing about fueling. Like there was this one 12-mile long run we were on where we didn't take a gel, we didn't take water, we didn't take anything, and like the course that we like planned out for each of ourselves was longer than 12 miles. So we had to walk on a highway all the rest of the way back home. And just, we were like cold, dehydrated, just like miserable. But
Okay, that's my hot take on running. I like the hot weather. This cold, especially right now, it's not my favorite. I'll say it. Don't love running in the cold.
yeah,
Don't love it.
that's funny.
I
It's like, that's the second runner that I've had on in like the past 2 weeks that have said they love the hot over the cold. So, hey, what is your take on that? Hot or cold?
Cold weather all the way.
Yeah.
Then why aren't you right now doing your long run? Go jump out there. It was cold last weekend. And that was actually a blessing because last weekend was when I got bit by the dog, and I didn't feel it, thankfully.
Yeah, that was crazy. I saw the photos of that. It was did you say it was a Scottish Terrier?
Yes. Yes.
Crazy.
And so it was crazy because one of the guys, so we're part of the local runners club. Tate's actually president of it. I think I'm secretary or something. I don't know what I am. But so we were all doing our long runs together at Sykes Lake because there was a couple people who wanted to do a marathon. They weren't signed up for like BMW or Irving or anything. They wanted to do a marathon. And it's like, okay, cool. So we were all like, well, we'll set up a water station. And then we had volunteers and stuff to like kind of man the station and keep track of everybody's laps. And it was really fun because it was a big group effort. Well, I was going for like 20 miles, and that would have been like my longest training run. But at like 11 and a half, almost 12 miles, I happened to be by myself because there was a lot of us that we'd run together for a little bit and run together for, a different part because we're just all going around Sykes Lake.
Mm-hmm.
But this lady, and we'd seen her like 3 or 4 times, she had 3 dogs, and 2 of them, I guess, were chill. The third one, as I was coming around, like we were passing each other, lunged at me, and me thinking it's a dog, I'm like, oh, it wants to be petted, like it's gonna jump on me at a pet, and no, it bit the crap out of me. I didn't realize like the severity of it at the time. I kind of laughed it off. I was like, oh my gosh, did that really just happen? Like, of course it would happen to me because I'm always falling. Like, I have so many running injuries, so many. And no, it bit me, and luckily, since we were there with the group, there was a first aid kit, and everybody was so sweet. They cleaned me up, but she got the heck out of there.
Yeah.
So I didn't get her or anything.
Was it on a leash?
Mhm.
Goodness.
But those were retractable leashes.
Yeah.
So it had a lot of leeway. And he said it lunged at him too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It lunged at a few people out there that day. And most of the time, she jerked the leash to catch it, but
yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I just didn't think Scottish Terriers were aggressive. That surprises me because Monica's oldest brother used to have a Scottish Terrier, and he was like one of the nicest dogs I'd ever met. Like, so, but I guess you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lesson. Be careful of dogs when you're out there.
Yeah.
But
also, I want to ask you guys too about like, marathons and races and everything together. So, obviously when you go out into a marathon, y'all seem to do a lot of your races together. So like, y'all choose the same races and do it. Is that usually how it is?
yeah, I like there are certain races like I like to do something around my birthday. So sometimes like I get more of a say. But yeah, everything we do is typically together. I don't think it will always be that case, especially if he does get quicker and get into like Boston and like the world majors and stuff. So I don't think we'll always be able to do races together.
Right.
But if we can, we do. Or if like this past year at the Paris Pair, he did he did the morning marathon and the night marathon.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't do that. I did the half. I did a morning half and an evening half. I didn't do no. He actually did it too.
Wow. How was that? I mean, did you feel pretty awful in the second marathon, or like what was that like for you?
Yes, I took the first marathon, pretty easy, just comfortable, like zone 1, low zone 2 pace, just to complete it. The issue is I started having stomach problems about halfway through, and that lasted all day, and it lasted up until the start of the night marathon. So by the time that one started, I was dealing with that as well as tired legs. So
Yeah.
it's kind of miserable, but I finished it.
Yeah. Between both races, what were your times?
The first one was right over 4 hours. I think it was like 4:05, and the second one was about exactly an hour longer, right at 5:05.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, that would be. I don't know that I could ever double marathon in one day. That's awesome. But my other question was, so when you guys go to races together and you're both kind of going into in the evening before the race where the jitters are kind of starting to settle in, maybe you can't sleep, maybe you're just having a lot of like anxiety. How do y'all calm each other down in that moment? Is it comforting to know that you're both going for something hard and that you can kind of like talk that out with each other?
Well, we kind of have our rituals down a little bit, and the evening before a race is so hectic if we're traveling. if we're already in the city that we're running in, it's obviously less hectic, but usually we don't have that blessing. So usually it's a traveling day, and we try to get some like easy food in. We kind of have the restaurants that we know that are going to be good on our stomach. Like we love to go to PF Chains, and that's everywhere in every city. Like the rice just is perfect before a race. Um, and then we lay everything out. So that's like kind of part of our winding down ritual. Like, okay, they'll have the water bottles filled up. Okay, our outfits are laid out, our shoes. And then from there, I'm a very relaxed person. Like, it takes a lot to get me stressed. And it's probably part of my job being a realtor. Like, there's not a lot you can throw at me that's going to ruffle my feathers. He's the opposite. OCD to the max. Like, everything's perfect. Everything's down to the minute. So if he's not getting his sleep in, like, he's stressed, he's going. So you have him where it's like everything's on fire, and then you have me, it's like, woo, we're gonna have so much fun. So I think that kind of brings him down a little bit, but then it keeps me in task, getting everything that I'm supposed to be done, or else it would be done 5 minutes before I gotta leave for the race. Whereas he's like, no, we gotta be out the door at 4 a.m. We gotta be here. We gotta be there. Yeah. So we actually, our furthest one we've traveled for was the Marine Corps Marathon.
Yeah.
In DC. We did that in October 24. And same thing. To get to the start line is crazy. Like, you literally do have to get up at like 3 or 4 a.m. and you have to take the train to this spot, and this spot's going to shuttle you here, and then from here you got to wait an hour, and then you got to walk to the start. That one is a little hectic. I would have never got there without him because my brain does not work that way. I follow him. And then when he's like really stressed because he's doing all the planning, I'm like, you did so good. Look at that. It's no big deal. And he's like, it's no big deal for you because you're not doing any of it. And I'm like, yeah, it's fun. We're going to have so much fun.
That's funny.
There's 2 different sides of the spectrum here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It balances out.
Yeah, it sounds like there's kind of like a yin and yang balance going on between y'all.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm actually going to have next week, or after y'all's episode, I have a father-daughter that's going to, they just did the Marine Corps Marathon, and her dad is a Marine. So it was kind of like so that, I think that'll be great. But I am curious to kind of ask them more questions for you guys. What was Marine Corps Marathon like? What's the course like? And how was the energy there?
It's a special race.
Yeah.
It's special. All of the volunteers are Marines. Like, even throughout the course, like, it's all Marines. The weather's nice. In October in DC is high 60s, low 70s.
Yeah, I think it started around about 45, 50 degrees that morning, and didn't warm up a whole lot. I think close to 60.
Yeah, the weather was really good. The course, I don't remember a ton of hills, but I'm not really spooked by hills. Of course, because I can walk them if I feel like it. But no, it was really special. They started it off with, a big speech and Black Hawks going over you, and throughout the course there were planes going over, and then the iconic stuff on that course, the Blue Mile, where they line up pictures of the fallen Marines going through that. And then they had a ton of flags, color guard stuff. The energy, I think, was better for him. He had more crowd support. That was a 6-hour marathon for me, and that was the cutoff. So I didn't have as much crowd support as he did. But I mean, you're so busy looking at everything, all the buildings, like that was not even an issue for me. I thought, um, that I have so many memories from that marathon. That was like the first real marathon I feel like we did, because the other two had both been Paris Pair in 23 and 24 back in, hometown Paris, Texas. Like I said, more of a trail vibe. And so going from that to the Marine Corps, that was so different, so unique. Those are like really special memories, I think, for me. And then they have gauntlets, so you have to go meet the gauntlets at certain points of time, or else you're cut off from the race. Like, you have to be at gauntlet 1 in so many hours, and 2, and then 3, and then it's finished.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I could make it. Like, I knew the cutoff was 6 hours. I knew I was gonna barely be able to make that cutoff time. So getting past each of the gauntlet, like, tears going down, like, I'm making it, I'm doing it. And so, like, those feelings, that's what I took from it, a lot of sense of accomplishment. And then once you get to the finish line and it has a big, like, mission accomplished banner, I don't know, that it's a special race. Like, if you get the chance to do it, do it. Like, it's special.
That's awesome. I've never been to DC, so that would be cool to go and tour everything, and then make like a weekend out of it and do the race and everything. That'd be awesome.
Yes, we spent like a week there, I think, and barely scratched the surface. It's a really neat town, especially, coming from little towns in Texas and then going up to big DC. It's special.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's awesome.
So,
And then with running for you guys, do y'all kind of hope to pass that on as you kind of have kids, get older, and like, do y'all want to kind of make this kind of like a family tradition for your little ones going forward?
well, kids aren't in our future.
Oh, they're not. Okay. No, we're
That's just most likely it's probably not going to be in our future. But we actually have affected some of our family members, and that's been really special to see too for us. My dad, he has always been a big supporter of anything we do. I'm an only child, so anything I do, like, he wants to be involved in. Like, he's obsessed, right? He loves us. He absolutely adores Tate. So getting into the running, and especially when he got into the running too, he was like, "Oh, okay, so this is going to be, part of your daily life. Like, I want to be a part of it."
Yeah.
And he can't run, but he got into biking.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, at the end of last year, he got a bicycle, and he's been biking. And so this whole year, he texts me all the time, "Okay, I did my first 20 miles, and then, my first 40 miles, and then I went 60 miles this time."
Like, that's great.
And yeah, and he's gotten into it some biking buddies, and then we actually ended up buying bikes ourselves to do some with him. And now he's done a lot of races, and he was working his way up to Hotter Than Hell. He wanted to do the full 100 this year, and he did it.
Heck yeah.
He did it. And I was really proud of him. So now I cross train with biking. He doesn't do as much biking. He kind of sticks to running, but I do cross train with the bike a lot because of my dad. And so he is still like prepping for a ton of different bike races, and now all of his best friends are in the biking. And so even though it's not running, it's something we bond over because it's still endurance sport.
For sure.
And now it's not just dad. My stepsister has now done a couple of 5Ks, and she's actually signed up for the 5K in Austin during the marathon weekend, because we're doing the full marathon in Austin in February. So now Dad has signed up for the 5K, my stepsister, and then my dad's wife. So now it's like becoming a thing. Like, they can't run a lot, but they can sure do a 5K. So it's like they see how excited we are and how much fun we're having. Like, now they're doing what they can, and he has some cousins on his side that are really getting into it too, and we've done the hot chocolate run with them a couple years in a row. And so even though we don't really, for our family unit here, like, yeah, running's a big deal, and we're kind of bringing as many people that want to be involved in it too. So that's been really special to see too. I think running is definitely a good thing. Like, I think it's a benefit to people. I don't think people should have to run marathons or half marathons, but even running a 5K, I think that gives you such a sense of accomplishment as someone, because no one's telling you to do it. No one's pushing you. You got to do your own training. You have to do it. And when you do it and accomplish those goals, like, I think it makes you a better person. So it's like, I want to spread that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. And yeah, you guys like are such a positive force and in the running space as a couple. So I'm sure just seeing both of y'all do that together and how much joy it brings you guys, like everyone's probably like, I went in on that. So that's really neat.
Yeah, I think we've had a little bit of that in our lives. It's cute because it's like, I want you to.
Yeah.
And it takes up so much of our time because we want to do it. We want to train. We want to do racing. And I don't think it's necessarily to do races to be a runner or whatever. I think races are really cool because of the community and the support and the excitement. Like, it's just fun. It's just something fun to do. And so I think bringing more people in, you can spend more time with them, because again, running takes up so much time. So it's like, yeah, if you will do a 5K, we can spend more time together.
Yeah. I love that. Yes.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. And so you said y'all are doing Austin. Have y'all done Austin before?
Mm-hmm. Last year we did it.
Earlier this year.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
If whatever year is. We're in that no man.
Well, it's basically 26.
Yeah.
But I was really fun. So I've done 4 marathons. I've done the Paris one twice. And we did Marine Corps. That was my 3rd one. And then Austin was my 4th one. And we did really enjoy Austin. There was a ton of crowd support. It's a fun race. Like, if you're into the crowd sport, like if that's your main goal is to have a fun time, like, Austin is the race for you.
Yeah, it's crowds the whole way.
Yes, it was. So we wanted to do it again and go back. He fell in love with it hardcore.
What?
Yeah. What yeah, so what did you think about Austin? What's your how were the vibes and everything for you?
It's great. Just having the support, I think, helps when you're trying to push yourself, and just having people cheering on whoever passes by. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's one of those things, like, running a marathon almost requires crowd support, because, like, I've done marathons where it's been crowded, it's been great, the energy's high, and then I did one back in West Texas a couple of years ago in kind of like the Big Bend area, and it's called Marathon to Marathon, and it's a cool course because it's like you're literally running from like a road sign that says Marathon 26, and it finishes in the town of Marathon, Texas, and but there's no one out there. I mean, you are just on your own, because it's a very small race anyway. There's like 50 people who run the full, and there are times where you're just running by yourself for like miles on end with no crowd. just the desert around you. And when that sun comes up on that horizon, you're just like, okay, this is just getting horrible now.
I remember you told me, I asked you about that one time, and I was like, what is that? And you told me that.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fun too.
Yeah.
We've done,
Oh, sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. We've done trail races that are a lot like that too. We kind of been dipping our toes into the trail. And so when you get into those, yeah, there's no one.
Yeah. I would enjoy trying a trail race. I haven't done I mean, I've done one. I did a 10K also in that area, and it was in Fort Davis. So it was like in Davis Mountains, and a 10K in the mountains is way different than a 10K on the roads. It like a lot of falling down, a lot of climbing.
Yeah, I fall down a lot.
Yeah.
One of my favorite race pictures of myself is from the Hotter Than Hell trail race, and there's blood all over my knees because of me falling. I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, there was a 5K that I did. It was a road race. It was in Johnson City called the Jingle Jaunt 5K, and I did that a few years ago. I was trying to break 20 minutes, and there's a really like sharp turn at that 5K, and it's kind of sandy in that space, and so like I went to go turn, and I nearly just bit the dust. Like I was like doing the falling like motion for like a good like 0.05 miles, and I finally
Gosh.
felt like I was falling forever, and then I was able to ground myself. But
Yeah, those are fun. So it's like a coin toss because yeah, the big crowds and all the people, like the big road races, that's so fun. But I mean, those small ones and like local or trail, those are really fun too in their own right. If you can withstand being by yourself or not a lot of people, I encourage people to try those. Those they're just fun, like in their own right. Of course, I mean I say that about everything. Everything's fun. Again, I'm pretty much woo.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, trail's fun too. Small races.
for sure.
I always support local races.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do feel like the small, like not even just small, but local races in general, like I feel much better supporting those than going to say like a Dallas Marathon or like a Cowtown. Of course, I love the big ones, but like it just feels good that you feel like you're giving back to a community. You know what I mean? When you go to the small ones.
Well, and there's a better chance to win.
And better chance to win. Yeah, that's specific. Yeah, so Tate, so talk a little bit. You said you had won some races, so talk a little bit about that. Which races have you won, and what's?
Tell him about the Night Claw race.
That was probably the biggest one I've run. So it was a trail run in, what is it, Dinosaur Valley State Park, down, I don't know, where's that at? Glen Rose.
Yeah.
And it was structured where you could sign up to do 4 hours, 6 hours, or 8 hours.
So like how many miles you could get in that amount of time.
But so it was a 10K loop. It was about 6.3 miles, so slightly over 10K.
It was at night too.
Yeah, at night. The thing was, you had to finish the loop, your last loop, before, like if you did the 6 hour, your last loop had to be finished before that 6 hour cutoff, or it didn't count.
Oh,
And so whatever you did, if you did 5 miles on that last loop before the cutoff, those 5 miles don't count. So we signed up for the 6 hour one, and it was one that I was just going to go out there and just have fun. We did the first loop, and we get back, and I was leaving out of that area, And right as I was walking away, the race director was like, "You're in first place, by the way." I was just like, "Dang it, I didn't want to, really push myself." But you said that now I have to keep going.
I gotta get the win.
do it. Darn.
So I kept pushing myself. I got 4 loops done in 5 hours, so I still had another hour left. But like I said, I wouldn't be able to finish that last loop in the hour. So he cut me off there. And then we sat down and we were just sitting there. I was kind of just drinking some water, eating some food, and the second place guy finished about 5 minutes later, and I was like, "Oh wow, that was really close. I'm surprised I won that." Come to find out, he had only finished his 3rd lap then, so I was a full lap ahead of everybody, and I didn't have to push myself as hard as I did.
Yeah.
That was very of course too.
It's like you say you're in first place. I was like, if you would have said you're in first place by a long shot, then you could have probably kept like chilling.
Yeah.
Give me some contests.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, so for you guys going into 2026, you said you're doing Austin, but is there any other races that y'all are excited for that you're kind of planning on?
Well, we have the 5K. So being the part of the board for the Runners Club, pretty soon we have an annual 5K, Spring Fling 5K in May. So pretty soon we'll get into planning that, which we've already kind of started planning it, but so that's gonna be a lot to do in the spring as far as planning. And I don't know if we'll actually get to run it. We didn't get to run it last year because we were too busy doing everything else. But so Austin will do the full, then we may do hot chocolate again. We've done that a few years in a row now. But those are the only two, that and then planning the 5K, and then I don't know. I mean, there's always going to be like the local ones that we'll always do. We'll always do trail on Hotter Than Hell. So getting into the biking, this past year we did the 50-mile route on Hotter Than Hell on Saturday, and then the 12-mile trail run on Sunday. We'll do that again this year. I want to go for either the 75 or 100-mile ride, though, on Saturday for Hotter Than Hell.
Nice.
And then Paris will always do the Paris, and that's always in September. So our fall has a lot of like repeating ones that we'll always do them. They're local, we'll always do. But as far as like vacation type races, we haven't really talked about it yet. You got any suggestions?
Let's see. Well, y'all gonna do Austin, so Cowtown's kind of out the window because that's also in February. If y'all ever get a chance to do Cowtown, though, that's a great one in Fort Worth.
I've heard that it's fun. Oh, have you ever done OKC? Have you ever done that one?
But I've heard that's a fun one. I interviewed, I interviewed a guy named Brian Vogt a couple of weeks ago, and he said that's the most fun that he's ever had at a race was the Oklahoma City Marathon. So I would be down to try that one. Yeah.
That's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
You know, you have those races like it's on your bucket list.
Yeah.
That one's on mine. I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, my bucket list races, I would probably say I'd love to do Houston. My mom, the Houston Marathon's what got my mom into running, and so I'd love to do that and go run in her footsteps in that way. And then I'd love to do Boston, obviously, but I'm like probably an hour away.
If you get into Chicago, I know you signed up. I know you did.
Actually, I did not sign up.
No, we didn't either.
Yeah. I would love to do Chicago. The only thing that stresses me out about Chicago, I'm a numbers guy, and so like I hear that the watch kind of gets off like really badly because of all the buildings, and so that would be something for me that I would it would get in my head for sure. But I'd love to do Chicago and New York.
Would you ever do like Sydney or Tokyo or Berlin? Would you ever do those?
I want to do Valencia. That's a big one because
Oh,
yeah,
I've heard that's super fast.
yeah, my wife lived in Spain a couple of for a year couple of like probably I think 2015 was the year that she lived in Spain. And she has fond memories. She still is very close with her host family there. And so I'd love to go meet them, but then just run through Spain as well. That would be incredible.
That would. I'm jealous of her.
Yeah.
That's on my bucket list too.
Yeah.
Spend some time in Spain.
Yeah, it'd be a great place. And then I'd like to hike the Camino at some point in Spain and like Spain and France, you know. That's a big bucket list thing to do for me. But 2026 vacation races. If y'all are down to do a marathon in the summertime, the Deseret News Marathon in Salt Lake City, that's the one that I broke 4 hours at this past year, is amazing. So you got to get up at like 2:30 a.m. to go. And then you get on a bus and they bus you up a mountain basically to the start line. And you just run down the mountain into the city the whole way. So it's downhill the entire time. There's like a bump at mile 7, but the rest of it's downhill. And I mean, if you're going for a big PR, this place is the place to do it. And it's during their like what's called Pioneer Day, so it's like the Mormon holiday for the Utah, you know, citizens. And so they have a parade that goes down one of the streets that you run on. And if you finish early enough, then you won't run with it. If you finish later, then you might run with some of it. But then you get to at the end, you get a free Chick-fil-A sandwich, and then you can watch the parade go down the main street. So it's pretty awesome. Feels kind of like a celebration of runners with a parade.
Have you done BMW? Because that's going on. Well, it's probably just about wrapped up now. But have you done BMW?
I did that one last December, and I was hoping to break 4. I did about 4:17 though, because I hit the wall pretty bad at mile 18. That's a good one. When I did it, it was really foggy, and so you couldn't see the lake when you were running around the lake. So it was just like a wall of fog around you the whole time. But what the weirdest thing about that race is you go up these like concrete bridges to like go over the lake in some parts, and you don't think about it, but the bridge moves a little bit under your feet when there's so many runners on it. And so you kind of start running and you're like, whoa, like, am I like dehydrated or is the bridge moving? So that
How
was
many marathons have you done?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah. So I did, Austin was my first, which is the one I did 650 at, because I just, all I had to drink the entire time was Noon electrolytes, because that's all they had on the course. And every time I tried to get water, I would just get electrolytes. Like no one had, people had water, but I kept going to the wrong spot. And then didn't take any gels or food or anything with me.
We don't know.
You just don't know the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
So I was
Oh, my first one. Let me tell you, my first one. I ate a PB and jelly sandwich. Like I was like, well, I know people eat.
Yeah. Cards and good stuff.
I was like, I know people eat, so I guess I'll bring peanut butter jelly. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what gel was.
I knew what they were, but I was like, I just thought, I was like, that's stupid, and that probably tastes gross. And so I was like, I didn't do it, but I
Go back to Austin now that BPN is the food and nutrition sponsor.
I'm actually
Go back now.
I'm going back to this February, so I hope we'll see each other there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I just tried BPN gels on my run today, and they're actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
We're big BPN fans here. He's a fanboy.
Yeah. Did you watch his has he come out with his documentary on the Iron Man yet?
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so. I know he posted his episodes during training, but I haven't seen the documentary yet.
Yeah, I've been waiting on that one because I knew he said it was gonna drop, but it's been like over a month now, so I don't know how that's going. But yeah, huge BPN guy here myself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All the crazy supplements and stuff. I don't honestly, I'm kind of past the gel phase. I don't take a lot of gels. I'm into the candy phase right now. It's just constant candy.
Like real
Like yeah, like nerds and sour gummy worms
love that.
and I do eat like the honey stinger waffles.
Yeah.
Like I will eat those. But like get that goo out of here. Like I'm not
What's your
I'm so unserious.
yeah. What's your feeling of choice, Tate?
The Go Gels.
Which one is your favorite flavor? I tried the apple one and the berry one, and I liked the berry one the best.
I think I like the apple a little bit more. Both of those are pretty good. They have a mango flavor too. I don't really care for that one.
Yeah.
It's a little much, especially when you're running.
Yeah. I can see that could be a little weird.
Yeah.
My second marathon I was doing have y'all seen those Huma gels, the chia infused gels?
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
So I had like a variety of flavors for that one. And it was like a grape one, which was pretty good, lemons and limes, and I think strawberry. But later on in the race, I got on my last bit of gels and I had a coffee flavored gel. And let me tell you, the taste of coffee in the middle of a run is probably like the worst thing. That was pretty rough.
During Marine Corps marathon, they were giving out
Maple
syrup.
Flavored maple syrup.
And one of them was coffee flavored. It was like lemon lime flavored. There was all sorts of stuff. I took some. Okay, I always do this during a race. If it's whoever's watching, if this is your first race, this is my tip. Take it. Like whatever they're giving you, take it. You don't have to eat it. It's free. Just take it.
Yep.
So I took some of that. I still have it. We've never eaten it. But that's what I did in February at BPN because I don't really use the BPN Go gels, but I knew he did. So they were giving them out. I was like putting them in my pockets. I'm like, yeah, Tate will eat this later.
That's awesome. Well, Tate, you still have your long run to do today, right?
Yeah.
I challenge you to go eat that gel that or the mid.
To film yourself doing.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for your time. I know we just hit over the hour mark, and this has been a really fun conversation with both of y'all. I thank you guys so much for being generous with your time and sharing your story.
Yeah, if you need anything else.
Yeah. I do like to ask 2 more questions. So first off, do y'all have pictures of your selves that like either individual or together that you can share for the thumbnail for the episode?
Oh yeah, I can send you some stuff.
Okay, cool. And then my second question is, I would love to interview more runners in the Wichita Falls area. Is there anyone like specific that y'all know of as board directors of the Run Club that would be great?
Yes, I was actually going to mention that to you. There's a couple cool people. There's a lot of cool people. I think I can send you the names of, and you can reach out to, or I can help connect you with. But Anna would be really cool. Mm-hmm. So the previous president, her name is Anna Wynn. The previous president of the Runners Club. She started Parkrun here. Are you familiar with Parkrun? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Yeah. So she started Parkrun here. And she's from New Zealand. She's training for a half Ironman right now. Like she's really cool. She'd be really fun, I think, to talk to. And then Cassandra might be kind of fun too. Cassandra Castro. She's done everything under the sun, biking, triathlons. There's a group of us that do some triathlon stuff too.
You did build ones, right?
Yeah. A short one.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get us. There's a group of women in town that's part of the Runners Club, but like it's kind of like an offshoot, and they're all about triathlon. So yeah, we're doing a little bit more with that. I don't know if I'll do more, but I'll train with them. I don't know how many more I'll do, but those are hard.
Yeah.
But and then I don't know them that well, but Montoya's, is that their last name? The dad and son?
Oh yeah.
I don't know them that well. It's Anthony and
Antonio.
Anthony and
AJ. His son goes by AJ.
Yeah. There's a really fast dad and son combo here. Like his son's still in high school, and at the turkey trot, he ran 15:03 or something.
I think so.
He apparently he has like scholarship, like he's going pro. Like he's cool. And then we have, because it's Wichita Falls, there's a lot of people from random places. There's a guy from Germany, Michael Macau. He's really cool. But yeah, if you need some ideas, like there are, in my opinion, but I think they're really cool people.
Yeah, send me their names and numbers, and I'll definitely reach out because, yeah, I'd love to grow this thing, and I'd love to interview people from all over Texas. So that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get a list for you. I don't have all of their numbers, but I can at least like share their socials with you and their Stravas and
Yeah,
stuff.
the socials is great because I can reach out on Instagram, and that'll be perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think they'd be really fun if they'll do it.
Yeah. Well, if y'all are listening now, you know I'm coming for you. So. But awesome. Well, thank y'all so much. I'll let y'all enjoy your rest of your day, and I will, once this comes out, I will probably add both of y'all as a collaborator onto the post, and then y'all will get a notification. And if you accept it, it'll show up on y'all's feed as well.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right. Thank y'all so much. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
You too. Bye.
And that was another episode of Through Their Stride with Taylor and Tate Mauldin. Thank y'all so much for coming on. This was a lovely conversation. I had such a blast sharing their story. And yeah, this was great. If you like this podcast, share it with a friend. Subscribe, follow, leave a review. It really helps this podcast grow. And if you know any runners who you think should be on this podcast, please send me an email at throughtheirstride@gmail.com. Again, that's throughtheirstride@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.